The warden and the wither are a threat that needs to be stopped. The warden will kill any mob, including this defenseless puppy. The wither isn't much better wreaking havoc on villages. I'm supposed to be the one terrorizing villagers by extorting them of emeralds after I trap them in a trading hall. I can't really do that if the wither kills all of them. For those reasons, they both have to go. The best way to do that will be to raise an army of dogs. Luckily, I have a little bit of a start right here, so all we have to do is feed them some pork chops to make more of them. It's probably a good idea if I move this covert operation into the nether, so that I can move it to the nether roof, where it is a lot easier to mobilize my army. It's also close to my hoglin farm, where there's an infinite supply of pork chops. I'm not an animal though, expecting them to live on the ground, so let's build a fort. What are you guys doing in here? You've definitely got to go. Let's hope lighting up the area solves the problem. The lights definitely make the base look a lot cooler. Like right here in the middle, it looks like a nuclear reactor that's powering the whole place. Back to the mission at hand, let's get these guys up and bring them into the fort. The only thing left to do now is to start breeding them. You get a pork chop, you get a pork chop, and I get a puppy. You guys may have seen Benny from my world tour video, so you know that he's a descendant of my first dog. So I'd like to keep him alive, but we'll see what happens. But we'll have a few of his descendants to carry on the legacy, if worse comes to worse. Here you go. So apparently lights do not prevent these guys from spawning, but it does give me an attempt at using my dogs. Get 'em, boys! Oh, he stood no chance. You guys think you can take me on? Well, you miscalculated. I have a dog army. Yep, these dogs are definitely OP. To solve the spawning problem, let's remove the floor and replace with half slabs. Every surface should be spawn proof now, so let's get back to raising an army. Now that the army is at a reasonable size of about 100, as seen by the entities, it's time to start naming them. I'll be naming them after my first 100 subscribers. On a short little side note, 1.7 thousand views is insane for my end transformation videos, so thank you everyone who took a look at that, and do consider subscribing. As for the naming, I'm going to need name tags, which I can get from my villager trading hall for 1 emerald. Apparently only one of my librarians are at that cheap trade, so we're going to have to change that real quick. Release this guy from his little cage. Come on, bud, you know you want to come out. Plop you in a little minecart. And where he gets converted over here, send him right back. Splash a little weakness, along with a nice juicy golden apple, and we're curing him up. Let's speed up the changing process by placing some iron bars around him. There we go. That's a much more reasonable price. 64 name tags should be enough. These are all the subscribers that I know about. So these 24 get their own dog. Nothing left to do now but to make the army about 1,000 strong. We could try beating the warden with cuteness with the puppy army. Probably wouldn't turn out that well though. There's a slight problem with breeding dogs. You have to go in quickly to get the dog to take the meat and then stand up before the army comes to interrupt you standing them up. It looks like we're getting there though. At least once you get enough dogs, you can just keep spamming meat in the middle of the crowd, and then there's bound to be somebody who wants it. I ran out of pork chops, so sadly I'm gonna have to sit down all the dogs so I can AFK at my hoglin farm, since I don't think all the dogs would fit on this small platform. Armed with more pork chops, let's get the rest of our army. With that, all the dogs have been bred up. Actually went a little bit overboard and reached 1,100 dogs. As you can see, the dogs don't really do much favor for my frames. Right now I'm at 60 looking away from them, And as soon as I look at them, it plummets to 24. It all comes at a cost, but definitely worth having the army. Just because you have a strong army doesn't mean that you should go out killing everything you see. You need to try to negotiate with your enemy and give them an ultimatum of either complete annihilation or a truce. Luckily, I have a warden and a wither trapped in my world at my secret compound. Okay, I see how it is. A little aggressive we are. Like I was trying to say, at my secret compound, which is apparently overrun with a bunch of pigmen. Okay, I think this should be safe. It's under control, I swear. Anyway, I just need to grab my key card. Okay, so now that we're at the secret holding cell, let's try to negotiate with this guy. You're either going to back down, or I'm destroying your ancient city and everybody inhabiting it. Do we got a deal? Are you sure about that? Well, you can't really reach me through the glass. Okay, negotiations went a little bit sour, so war with the wardens for sure. Okay, so Mr. Wither, are you willing to yield and just not destroy villages in the landscape? Oh, you too? Okay, well, I'll fix that. And I'm going to pretend like there's not a breach in the Wither containment area. You're doing great, Iron Golem. Negotiations went exactly how I planned, so we're just going to leave them imprisoned in there and rally the army. Most of the time, whenever you rally an army, it's inspirational words of like, hey, Sun Tzu did this, they won the battle, so let's do that too. But I'm going to employ a kind of new strategy, telling the truth. So, you guys may wonder why I have you all gathered here. Well, you guys are in my army of 1,000 strong. So, we're going to fight the warden and take over their ancient city. All of the sensors gone. All of the land will be ours. And the wither, we're just going to spawn one and kill it as an example to the other ones. And why are we doing this? Well, the warden killed one of your own. And the wither is ruining my capitalism, so we can't have that. So if you're all good with that, let's start the war. Phase 1 is espionage. I'm going to have to sneak into their base. There's an extreme biome. An ancient city might be under here. Looks really cool also. I like the bowl-shaped biomes. But back on task. The phantoms are onto me, so I better dig down fast before they catch on. Well, this sure looks like an ancient city. So time to do a little bit of recon on the city that we'll be taking over. These are the main problems that we'll be facing. Being that whenever this guy hears me, it signals to those. Luckily I get 3 strikes. Always have night vision handy so you can see more in depth what we're working with. And it's a sizable place. A few outcrops here and there. Now that we see what we're working with, it's time to make the drop point for the troops. This place should work nicely, having enough room so they don't entity cram, and having the portal lifted up 1 block so when they enter through the nether side, they push each other off and can't enter back. On the nether side, I have a big old funnel so that all the dogs running from this way get put into the portal. Also blocking up some of the lava so the dogs don't fall victim to that. On to stage 2, it's time for cheating. I don't plan to play fair in this war, so we're going to use steroids, such as strength, swiftness, and regeneration. Of course, adding redstone so they last long, and gunpowder for a splash potion. I'm a little low on nether ore, but luckily I have this huge farm. I forgot to put this in my world tour video, so there's actually 84 farms in my world. Adding a little bit of lingering will also be good for the potions, so that I can coat more of the dogs. This should be enough potions for our arsenal. Lastly, phase 3, fight. One last recruit decided to join, It's always weird walking into this room full of dogs because all of them just slowly just turn towards you. It's just like, hey, there's this guy. Let's all stare at him. He knows what he's doing. I really don't. I'm just flying by to see my pants at this point. Okay, it's speech time once more. Act cool. Pretend like you know what you're doing. So, we're going to fight an ancient city. Most likely, all of you may die. But we will conquer that ancient city. And it will be by you guys. You guys are the fighting force. The 1,000 army, and I believe that we can take it. I have steroids, and they stand no chance against you. So, let's get them, boys. The army is going to move in 2 batches. I have about 600 of them right here. Let's hope the Great Funnel works. Okay, so here's the army. It looks like they're going through. Yep, definitely a lot less dogs on this side. I can tell by it lagging a little bit less. Looks a lot more barren here now, but still some more to bring. Another batch of 300. And my last batch of about 300. Let's get my super hoe for the shriekers. Without further ado, let's do this. And let's hope I don't get suffocated on the other side. Well, looks like it worked. I think most of them made it. Only about 300 short of what I brought over here. Time to splash them up with all the potions. Now let's go get them. There's one. There's number 2. There's some entity cramming. That's not good. There's a lava pit there, and that's apparently not good. Give them some regen to hopefully keep them alive. That should be the last trigger. So here's our fight with the warden. There he is. Okay, guys, go get him. Oh, they're tearing him up. Oh, the warden's after me, though. He just, like, waves the dogs after him. Oh, geez. Okay, so he still does not like me and targets me. There he is. Now we've got him where we want him. And we took him down. Take the catalyst as our trophy. Oh, he's up there this time. Just gotta get the first hit. Oh, that's not good. So he's definitely still after me. Gotcha in my sight. That hurt a little bit. I'd also like to be able to see feisty when we got here. And now we can see, that's good. I know he's right behind me though. Ooh, that hurt a little bit too much. Okay, I'll let them take him while I heal. Oh, they took him out. There we go. I can't tell if they're a help or not because they get in the way most of the time. Let's get this guy over here. I don't even think I managed to break it. There we go. Just gonna weave through the crowd and hope the dogs act as a good meat shield. Oh, that's not good. Lava is my army's worst enemy. Another lava pit. Ooh, that is not good. Oh wow, that is quite the vortex of dogs. Should probably put some regen on them. Come on guys, don't summon a warden. Now look what you guys did. He's on to us. Oh, okay. That is not the way to go. We're sandwiched between 2 wardens, so we're gonna run. Okay, there's some more down, but we did spawn a warden, so that's not optimal. Especially since I'm trapped in here. I think we lost him. You have to go. Okay, lava. That's too expected. That, oh my, that is a lot of deaths. There's one up there we can try to snag. Got him, but we did summon a warden. We're gonna fight this one. Oh geez, that was fast. Can't tell where he's at. Oh geez, he's down there. I'm just running, hoping that I find a way that is open. Gonna fly out of there. I like this place. Except for the fact that he can reach me. He's still alive. That is not optimal. Nor is being right down here. Okay, we took him out. That was really close. And at the cost of a good bit of our army. But we asserted our dominance, so that's all that matters. I'm gonna let them sit out the rest of the ancient city so that they can build up their strength for the wither. Apparently some of them managed to come back to the other side, so we do have more fighters. Without the dogs, I can just fly around and look for the shriekers, nice and easily. More stealth and less brunt. I hear you over there. I'll get you. How you doing, Morty? Just gotta sneak up on this guy. Oh my Cole. Oh, he's spawn camping my dogs. Okay, we can't have that happening. If you want to pick a fight, you're gonna pick a fight with me. Oh wow, you're stuck behind a block. Well, you made it so I can't see you, so well played. Sounds like that's hitting him. And there he goes. With the ancient city now free of wardens, they have been conquered, and now onto the wither. This will be the setup for fighting wither. I don't want it to be flying up so that they can't reach it, so we have a ceiling. We're about at 250 left. So I think we got this fight. The army is rallied, so let's summon this guy. And he's summoning, so let's run over here real quick. I just need to hit him, and then they'll be on him. Oh, there it goes. Giving him the potion effect. I can't even see him. You guys got it? Oh, no they don't. They can't reach him. He's playing unfair. He's in melee mode, so now we can beat him up. Yep, he stands no chance once he's on the floor. Get him, boys. And he's gone down. That battle was a little lackluster, so for the last hurrah, we're gonna fight 5 of them at the same time. They won't let me place the last head, so I guess we're doing 4. Okay, that's not good. They shouldn't be heading over to him initially because they can't do any damage, so let's try to get some distance so they can teleport to me. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose the whole army. I'll keep trying, but I'm not seeing any luck. Yeah, I think at this point they're all gone. Okay, it's you and me, withers. The thing about fighting withers is that they're not even really that hard. You just have to use the boat for the first half, and whenever they start chasing you like a madman, you just whack them with your sword until they're gone. Everybody has moments in Minecraft of the dumb things to do, and I'd say taking 250 dogs into a fight and coming out with none is pretty impressive. Oh geez, I played that a little too risky. Hey bud, I'm back here. In terms of chess, bringing a dog to fight a wither is probably considered a blunder. So let's see what the damage is over here. Is there anybody alive? It looks like no, but there is a diamond patch. Sadly, the army of 1,000 is now the army of 1. But there is a little bit of a hope. They could have gone back to the nether and there might be some survivors. Hey, I'm so glad to see that there's some still alive, be it they did leave the army before the last fight, but there's open ranks for them to take up now. Those of you who have fallen, though, will not be forgotten. I have a graveyard right by my church in Nastrom, and now, well, it's a little bit more filled and actually has a reason to being here. For those of you that made it up until the last fight, I'm giving you a star of honor since you made it through fighting a warden and 1 wither, and ultimately it was my fault that everybody fell. There's also the wither roses that I got that at one point were dogs, so since they're unknown who they were, they'll be planted in the cemetery as well. I'm going to do one last search to see if there are any stragglers who are still alive. Well, there's one. Only one straggler was found. I mean, 7 out of the 1,000 survived, so that's at least a 0.7% survival rate. A few things we learned today. Dogs effective against wardens? Yes, but in moderation. Dogs effective against withers? No, not at all. Not even close. Don't do it. It's not worth it. What you should consider doing is subscribing and leaving a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you want to see more of my content, there's 2 videos right here. And I'll catch you all next time.